I'm just going to say it. I have watched so many incredible women, including some of the closest people in my life, spend years undervaluing themselves. Years of over-delivering, years of charging the bare minimum, years of bending over backwards to make everyone else feel comfortable while quietly burning themselves out. And if you're nodding right now because you've done that too, this episode is going to feel like looking in a mirror. We're breaking down why so many entrepreneurs, especially women, undercharge, overwork, and wait for someone else to validate their worth, and exactly how to break that cycle once and for all.
Lady bosses, are you working even after putting the kids to bed but still not getting results?
Are you tired of spending money on ads that aren't getting engagement?
Do you feel burdened that you aren't fulfilling your purpose in life because you are so consumed with work?
I'm your host, Brooke Boltz. I'm an attorney and founder of Boltz Legal. I started my business and in 1 year was bringing in 7 figures and am now bringing in multi-7 figures.
And I'm your co-host, Rachel Boltz, owner of Boltz Media. I've helped many businesses build their online presence and increase their revenue through digital marketing.
Want to hear how we did it?
We are here to help you achieve your goals personally, professionally, and spiritually.
So kick off your high heels, sit back, and let's ignite that passion.
We're Miss Biz, where we're putting the Miss in biz.
Let's get biz done.
So today's topic is something that I have struggled with deeply for years, where I am completely undervaluing my services. And I didn't really realize it until I was meeting with my business coach, and he brought it to my attention that I've just consistently undercharged, over-delivered, worked myself into exhaustion, and convinced myself that if I just made my work perfect enough, then maybe, just maybe, I'd earn the right to charge more. And then every time I would charge more, I would feel guilty about it. And if that sounds familiar for you, just know that many entrepreneurs, especially women, have a tendency to undervalue their services. And it's not just a money issue, it's a mindset issue. It's a fear, it's impostor syndrome, it's people pleasing, it's the conditioning that tells us to be grateful for the breadcrumbs instead of owning the full table that we built. So today we're gonna go deep. We're gonna talk about why we do this, why it's costing us, and how some of the most successful people in the world today struggled with this exact thing, and most importantly, how to change it.
So let's talk about what's actually going on beneath the surface, because undervaluing your services isn't about price, it's about fear, mindset, and conditioning. The number one fear is the fear of losing the client. Many entrepreneurs worry that raising prices means losing people. But the truth is that studies show that 60% of clients equate higher prices with higher value. So when you price yourself too low, people subconsciously assume the service is lower quality.
Absolutely. And when you price that low as well, you're not attracting your ideal client, because that ideal client is going to treat you the way that people would treat someone who is cheaper. So the second aspect is impostor syndrome. The who am I to charge that voice becomes really loud. Even I think it's Brene Brown.
I would try Brene Brown said that when she first began speaking professionally, she drastically undercharged because she felt like she hadn't earned it yet. But the spoiler was that she had. So women especially have been conditioned to be likable, agreeable, and non-disruptive. So instead of setting boundaries, we discount to make the client feel comfortable. Meanwhile, we're uncomfortable the whole time.
So true. If you can't articulate why your service is valuable, it feels harder to confidently price it. But often your clients are buying peace of mind, time back, expertise that they do not have, convenience, faster results, not just the deliverable.
Also, when you operate out of this scarcity mindset, which is I have to take anything I can get, you automatically charge less.
Yeah. I mean, these are all things that are going on in the background that you may not realize are happening in the moment. But don't be dismayed, because there are a lot of famous people that did this too. And Oprah Winfrey was one of them. She has openly shared that in her earlier career, she said yes to everything and undercharged because she didn't want to lose out on opportunities. Her business grew when she finally learned to say the hardest word in entrepreneurship, and that's no.
I think this is especially hard for solopreneurs because they may not have much overhead, so they feel like, well, if I lower my charges, then I can still, it's just my time, it's just me. But if you have a staff to pay and you have a building that you've got to pay, then you know I've got to make so much to be able to pay all these bills. And sometimes even if you want to undercharge, you can't afford to because you just know what you need to make. But if you're someone who works from home, doesn't have a lot of overhead, and it's just you, then it's even easier to undercharge because you're like, well, I'll just put in those extra hours or spend that extra time, and it's not really costing me that much more like physical money.
Right. Sara Blakely was another example. She's the founder of Spanx. Before becoming the youngest self-made billionaire, she was selling fax machines with a massive fear of rejection. She underpriced her early Spanx prototypes until buyers and mentors pushed her to charge what they're actually worth.
Yeah.
Do you love the Miss Biz podcast?
Because we love you.
Here's 3 things you can do to show your support.
1, write us a review. Apple, Spotify, and Google My Business are the best platforms to write a review.
2, follow us on social media. Our handle is @MissBizPodcast.
3, join our Facebook group, Miss Biz Nation, for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes footage. Also, ask questions related to your business and discuss topics from our episodes.
Steve Jobs also, surprisingly, Apple's early products were priced lower than they should have been because the company was just trying to fit in. Apple only exploded when he embraced premium pricing that matched the innovation.
So undercharging doesn't just hurt your bank account, it actually hurts your brand. That's where you attract clients who want cheap, not quality. You burn out, you resent your work, you have no time for growth, and you become the discount person instead of the expert. And here's the big one. Underpricing tells your audience how to treat you.
Something that comes to mind is like the attractiveness of like Louis Vuitton or, you know, Chanel or some of these expensive brands that people will spend so much money for. When it comes to actual quality and materials, there's no difference between that and the Target purse. In fact, the Louis Vuitton emblem that's all over its purses, I remember the first time I'd heard about these purses, because I was not someone who was exposed to those type of expensive brands until I was an adult, and never even heard of these things. But I remember the first time I was a pretrial service officer in the courtroom, and the attorney was saying that she really wanted to buy a Dooney & Bourke purse because she couldn't yet afford a Louis Vuitton, but she could afford Dooney & Bourke. And I never heard of either one. And so I went and looked it up, and when I saw it, it was just like
a normal purse.
It was a brown purse with a bunch of LVs on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is what she is like aspiring to purchase someday. And I just did not think it was anything extravagant at all. I frankly thought it was ugly. The colors and the design, like, I'm like, if I didn't know it was some exclusive brand and I just saw it somewhere, I went and paid $25.
Right.
Because it just wasn't appealing to me. So anyways, I digress. But it's getting to the point that you're talking about, which is perception is reality. When people, if people think that it costs more, they want it more, even when it might be ugly.
Right.
And it was another funny story. That same attorney bought the Dooney & Burke purse, came to court carrying it, and the opposing attorney was like, "Oh, I like your Daytona Beach bag."
Oh,
Because it had DB everywhere. And
that is so funny.
we worked in Daytona Beach. And I think she just like was crushed because she suddenly realized she's got DB all over her purse and she paid a bunch of money for it. And he's like, "You got your Daytona Beach bag today." Anyways.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. So if you're listening to this, you're shaking your head yes. Here are some actionable tips to help you break that cycle. And this is where we really get practical. You're going to want to audit your deliverables. Write down everything that you do. Most entrepreneurs don't realize that they're providing 3 times the value that they're charging for. In fact, my business coach started having me charge for CMO time. So with my industry, I will get clients that want to have additional meetings. And he's like, that's not part of the package. You have your strategy meeting and then you have your results meeting, but all of these other meetings in between, you really need to be charging for because that's your time. So you need to write down everything that you're doing to figure out what you should be pricing yourself for. And then raise your prices in tiers. Don't just jump from $500 to $5,000 because that can be very overwhelming. Raise it by 20%, test it, then raise it again. Clients won't run. The run clients might though, but that's actually a good thing. And create a value map. Your clients' problems, how your service solves them, the cost of not fixing the problem, because that makes pricing less emotional and more data-driven.
Next is practice saying your price out loud. And that's serious because you got to have confidence in your numbers. If you are relaying them as like a question or a possibility, then you're not going to be showing your worth. Confidence comes from repetition. And so saying it out loud, saying it in the mirror, saying it to friends or family, keep doing that until it feels normal.
Yeah. The other thing is stop apologizing in your emails. Remove phrases that say, if that's okay, I can lower the price if needed, I'm flexible, because these signals show uncertainty. Instead, use statements like, here's the investment, the package is designed to, let me know when you'd like to move forward.
Also, add a results forecast. People pay for outcomes. Say, this service will help you accomplish A, B, and C. The more they understand the benefit, the easier they accept the price.
I also include like a portfolio in mine for whatever the service is so that they can see like a before and an after and the numbers that go along with it so that they can actually physically see the value instead of me just telling them this is the expected outcome. They have something that's data driven as well. And then implement boundaries and over-delivery limits. So over-delivering is only good when it's strategic, not when it drains you. Set clear deliverables in your contract and stick to them.
Many of our listeners know that I own Boltz Media, and we are a full-service digital marketing company. But not everyone may know that they can contact me. So I wanted to let everyone know today that if you have any questions, you need any advice, or you would like to book services, I would love to assist. You can reach me at boltzmedia.com. Fill out the contact form on my page, and I will reach out to you personally and schedule a free consultation to help guide you on your journey.
So I have, BizGifts has this problem, and I'm going to tell you the problem, see if you have some ideas on how we can fix it. The problem is that Carol, who is our manager, she spends a lot of time helping people come up with ideas, pricing out different gift ideas, different products, and then people don't follow through. And so we're trying to figure out, because she's just wasting dozens of hours with people who express an interest, and then she goes and spends all this time. I mean, she makes PowerPoint presentations for them. She makes, puts their actual logo on these things. Now we've cut back on some of that and made it a little more generic, not customized for every person, now that we've learned that people don't follow through sometimes. So we're trying to figure out a way to spend time on the people who are serious, who are going to follow through. I had the idea that maybe we say, look, we'll give you initial quote and prices and have an initial discovery call, and then after that you have to make a down payment of $100 that will apply towards your gift once you finalize the process. But this is so that we don't just keep spinning our wheels, because people will change their mind 10 times.
Yes, you have to get a commitment from them. So I got screwed over too, and now I don't do any work until they sign the contract. What I will do, if it's an audit that I'm doing, or if I'm doing some forecasting to see if that's a good fit, that's different. That's part of like the intake process. But I would make them sign something saying that they're serious about moving forward, and they understand that they're going to have to put down, like you said, $100 deposit or whatever that'll go towards the purchase of their gift. Get them committed to it so that they don't change their mind.
The problem is that the process of, like, for you have already certain packages and pricing. So when you might have to customize some things, but for us, it's just to get the price and get ideas and all that to them is a time intensive.
I would come up with different like package options, just to have something to present to them, and just instead of listing prices, then I would say that it's customized based upon your budget. Don't even talk numbers in that. And then once you get in that discovery call, that's when you find out what their budget is.
Well, and that's too something that I've realized is we have to get a commitment on the budget, because what'll happen is people are like, well, I don't really know what my budget is, and then we just move past it, and then when we send them the proposal for what they chose, it's higher than I guess what they had in mind, but they never
Make
told us.
it part of the contract that they sign when they put the deposit down.
What do you mean?
I mean, what I would do is I would make them sign a contract and put a deposit down, and that this is the budget that they agreed to.
The budget?
Yeah. Include that in there.
Okay. So I think that contracts like that are not customary in this type of industry. It's more like a purchase agreement. Like when I purchased like promotional products or things before, they send me a mock-up and then I just agree and pay. So, but we are providing a service that is way beyond just ordering a promotional product that someone comes and tells us that they want.
Right.
We're spending hours of creative time trying to come up with that right gift for their recipients, and then we've got to measure it and find the right box and the fillers, and there's a lot of service that goes into it. And I think in my mind, my mindset was, well, when I bought things, I was going to the promotional products mindset, which is
this is completely different. This is like a boutique process.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. So we'll do the initial discovery call. We'll find out what their budget is, find out who their recipients are, how many gifts or whatever.
Yeah. Then send them over a contract, and you guys don't do any work until they sign the agreement rather.
And is that the point where they pay the deposit?
I would.
Yeah, they pay it.
If you're really serious about moving forward, then you need to put something down.
And this covers,
It's good faith money.
Miss Biz is Boltz up. We need to let you know she's running every show. She got the winning glove. B to the L to the L to the C.
Her name is Boltz. Biz Gibbs is Boltz.
Miss Biz is Boltz up. We need to let you know she's running every show. She got the winning glove. B to the L to the L to the Z.
We appreciate you and are honored to be on this journey with you. We can't wait to help you, to encourage you, and show you how to grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
If you found Miss Biz helpful, please leave a review and share with others.
You can follow us on social media at Miss Biz Podcast.
For legal questions or services, please visit boltzlegal.com.
And for digital marketing needs, please visit boltzmedia.com. Let's get biz done.